Hello, I'm Joseph GIUNTA, the music director and conductor of the Moines Symphony Academy, and I'm thrilled to talk to you today about the upcoming concerts of the Moines Symphony on February 16th and 17th. I'm always happy to invite a renowned guest conductor to work with the Moines Symphony, someone with great experience and knowledge that has conducted all over the world, like Gerard Schwarz, Joanne Falletta. These are people of renown, and we are always thrilled to feature the very finest and the very best conductors that we can. These concerts were originally supposed to be conducted by John Nelson. We had word about a week ago that he was not able to come, and the very first call that we made was to Maestro Gerard Schwarz. We're thrilled to invite him back again. This is his second appearance with the Moines Symphony. Jerry is a longtime music director of the Seattle Symphony and also music director of the Mostly Mozart Festival in Lincoln Center, New York City. Maestro Schwarz has a very talented son who's a brilliant professional cellist, and when Maestro Schwarz was here, he conducted the Shostakovich First Cello Concerto with his boy Julian, and just this past November I invited Julian back to work with me and the orchestra again, where we did Strauss's Don Quixote. We were thrilled to not only work with Julian, but also to have Maestro Schwarz here with us again. He brings a tremendous amount of experience, extraordinary knowledge and wisdom, and I know that the orchestra will enjoy playing for him, as well as our audience, you, will enjoy listening to what he has to say as a conductor. I'm delighted that Maestro Schwarz has not only accepted our invitation to conduct in Des Moines, but also conduct the same program that Mr. Nelson had planned. That's unusual, and I'm very grateful to him for doing that. He's going to begin the program with Leonard Bernstein's wonderful Divertimento for orchestra, which he wrote in 1980. Now, a Divertimento is primarily a piece of music that's sort of lighthearted. Mozart wrote many Divertimentos that were used for social occasions and outdoor concerts. Bernstein wrote this piece as an expression of love for the city of Boston, the Boston Symphony, for whose centennial celebration the work was written. The piece is really interesting because it's based on two notes. B, Boston, and C, Centennial. But this is a terrific piece of music, and it's a great way to begin a program. The piece, Prokofiev started composing it just before 1917. He was a great pianist, made his living as a concert pianist, and due to his very busy concert schedule, he wasn't able to finish the piece until 1921. But it was premiered by another Midwest orchestra, the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, and of course Prokofiev played that first performance. The first movement opens with a very hauntingly beautiful solo by the clarinet, which is quickly tossed off into the strings, and then lively 16th notes, and eventually they give way to the solo piano coming in. And people are so excited at the end that they can't stand it and they have to applaud. And that's the kind of exuberance that this music gives forth. The second movement is a beautiful melody that Prokofiev remembered from his childhood in Russia. There's stunning orchestration and colors that are very moving and engaging in this piece. And then the third movement is a tour de force for orchestra. It begins in a kind of a stately, rhythmic three-quarter time, which is unusual for a last movement of a concerto. Eventually goes into one and speeds up and becomes really, really exciting and virtuosic, and takes us to a fitting and thrilling ending. Young Israeli pianist Roman Rabinovich will be playing the piano concerto. Roman won the 2008 Arthur Rubinstein International Piano Competition, and since then has played virtually in every major musical capital in the world. After intermission, the orchestra will play the brilliant Second Symphony of Robert Schumann. Now, Robert Schumann was primarily known as a pianist and composer of piano music, but once he married Clara Wieck, his wife, in 1840, she encouraged him to write a symphony. He took up the challenge, and lo and behold, in 4 days, he wrote his first symphony. Now that's faster than Mozart wrote any piece of music, 4 days. But his second symphony was one that took him a little bit of time. It starts out with this beautiful Bach-inspired chorale and the trumpets, and eventually goes into a faster section. The second movement is a beautiful scherzo where he uses the wonderful cryptogram, B-A-C-H, B flat, A, C, and B natural. And in German, B natural is actually marked as an H, and B flat is actually marked as a B. So those four notes became sort of the crux of the second trio. And the third movement is a beautiful elegy, very romantic and very, again, reminiscent of Bach with thick textures. And the last movement, a wonderful triumph. So the overall form of this sort of follows an homage to Beethoven, where you have triumph over adversity. This piece really has become quite quite wonderful and quite exciting for audiences. I know you'll really enjoy these programs, and let's all show up and give Maestro Gerard Schwarz a real welcome. The Des Moines Symphony on February 16th and 17th. I'll look forward to seeing you all there.